Okay, so this video we're going to talk about naming of acids. And so for right now, your knowledge is going to have acids beginning with H's. So we might have H3P, we might have H3PO4, we might have H2SO4, H2SO3, H3N. These are all acids. They all begin with H. It doesn't matter if it's beginning with 1H, 2H, 3H. So let's go HCl, HF, HBr, those kind of things. Okay. Doesn't matter if it's got 1, 2, or 3 H's. If it starts with an H, for what you guys know right now, it's going to be an acid. Okay, if there's only 2 elements, so 1, 2, this is called a binary acid, so Ba. So the rules with binary acids is you're going to start by starting with hydro for the acid. So 1, 2, these guys have more than 2, so that won't work there. Here, there's only 2, so hydro. Here's hydro, and hydro, and hydro. So if there's only 2 elements, then the first one's hydrogen, you're going to start it with hydro. Okay, so all of these I put hydro on were binary acids. The second rule is, instead of "ide", the second substance gets changed to "ic". So this, instead of being phosphorus or phosphide, becomes phosphoric. Down here, instead of nitrogen or nitride, it becomes hydronitric acid. Okay. Over here, instead of chlorine or chloride, it becomes chloric. Instead of fluorine or fluoride, it becomes fluoric. And bromic. And if that's a binary acid, that's all you get. Hydrochloric acid, hydrofluoric acid, hydrobromic acid. You're done. Okay? If you have more than 2 capital letters, you have what's called an oxyacid, because it has a polyatomic and it's going to contain an oxygen. So the rules for the oxyacids is, if your polyatomic ended in 8, you're going to change that to ic. If your polyatomic ended in 8, you're going to change it to OUS. So no hydro on the oxyacids. That's the biggest thing you got to look at. So PO4 is all I'm looking at. It was phosphate if you look it up on your common polyatomics. So it becomes phosphoric. SO4 was sulfate. It becomes sulfuric. SO3 was sulfite, sulfurous acid. So the 8s go to X and the ites go to OUS. Now, the other thing that I want to point out is the big mistake kids make when they go back to putting these from names to formulas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase that for a second. Okay. When you're going the other direction and you're taking the name and going to a formula, when it says phosphoric, they forget to put the hydrogen in front. It was there, remember, we just don't put it in the name. So as you guys know right now, for now, all the acids will begin with hydrogen. The phosphoric was phosphate, so PO4, it's a 3 negative. It takes 3 hydrogen with 1 PO4. So that, I would tell you, is probably the biggest mistake I'll see kids make, is like they'll forget to know that the sulfuric had to begin with a hydrogen. The ic was 8, so SO4, 2 negative. So then you put them together, H2SO4. These are your naming acids.